bowl is over here. Okay. Now, you must go to the kitchen, and on the table there is a brown casserole that has some corn in it, cornmeal in it. Can you find it? We're going to make an Indian pudding, and it was called Indian pudding simply because it was a gift from the Indians. We didn't know a thing about eating here when we came, Stephanie. Nobody knew a thing about it. When the European came, we didn't know what to do. Thank you. Perfect. And let's see if we can find a measuring cup. All right. So we learned all of these dishes from the Indians, except lemon and orange peel. That came from the islands of Florida, I think you called it. Or was that Jordan's remark?
It was mine.
Oh, was your remark? This is also the wisecracker who came up with cold cuts for Christmas. All right, we want 1 cup of cornmeal into our bowl. Indian meal, it was called in the old days because it came from the Indians. And then we want to add 2 eggs. We'll just pour this in right away. 2 eggs. And let me find my recipe here. I don't want to mix everyone up. I'm having enough trouble with remembering things as it is. We want 1/4 of a cup of sugar. Here, throw that in, please. And you want to add 1/2 cup of, where is it, the molasses? That's not on here. Where is the molasses? Here it is. 1/2 cup of black molasses. Pour it right in. And you'll need to scrape that out. Do you do much cooking at home?
Yeah.
Do you? Good. You want to scrape that out? Okay. So we have cornmeal, the molasses, the sugar. Now we need 1/4 of a cup of butter. We've melted this. In it goes, friend. And I step back and see what's next. We need some salt. Now you won't need much because this is very, very rich. You'll see how rich. We just want a pinch of salt. There we go. And 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. There it is, okay? How much is 1/4 teaspoon? Let's see what you think. Come on, get right over here so we can see. How much is 1/4 teaspoon? That'll blow the lid right off the building. All right, let's try that. That'll only blow up 1 floor. That's fine. You're terrific. Okay, that's fine. Just throw that in the sink, love. I'll take the spatula. We can mix it up. You want to mix? Go to it. It doesn't look very good yet, does it? No, it really doesn't. But it's going to look great. I need a casserole. In the old days, you baked this in a pot. And it takes 6 hours to make. Can you believe that? 6 hours. Okay, come on, man. Whip it up. Oh, that's better. Now we're getting some action here. Stand back, Stephanie. Okay, fine. Now, to that we want to add, that's great. To that we want to add 3 cups of hot milk. There we go. You put that in the sink for me? Thank you. 3 cups of hot milk. And then this will be put into our baking casserole, which is about 2 quarts. That is to say, the casserole holds 2 quarts. Would you hand me that and get the lid off it?
This?
That's the one. Okay. Here we go. And do you think this is going to set up like pudding?
Doesn't look like it.
Doesn't look like it, she says. All right. Your constant optimism is a joy to all young people, Stephanie. I love it. Okay, now, we put that in a 400-degree oven, a very hot oven, you see, until it begins to boil in the pot. Then we take it out of the oven, and we stir it up, and we add another 3 cups of hot milk. Now you're thinking, this will never set up. Smith's really over the edge this time. 1 cup of cornmeal, 6 cups of milk, 2 eggs, molasses, baking soda, and a shot of salt. Got it? What did we miss? Oh, we missed the butter. 1/4 cup of butter. And a little bit of white sugar, too. 1/4 cup of that. There.
Was this the butter?
That was the butter. That's what we melted ahead of time, right. Okay, so we'll put this in the oven now. Turn the heat down to about 275 and let it sit for 6 hours. Now, this was not what they called hasty pudding. This was pudding. I mean, I've got one in the oven for you. Hasty pudding could be made in a hurry, just cornmeal, and then you poured, the other wonderful thing about American cooking, you poured a bit of maple syrup on it. Here's one. Here's one. Oh, you're going to love this. And when you put this block out right beside the orange and lemon peel, right on the counter in front there. Okay, all right. Stephanie, will you close the... I think I'm going to keep these guys. Will you close the oven door? Put it right out in front there on the counter, please, son. Terrific. Oh, watch it. This is hot. Now, let's see what happened. Let's get a wooden spoon. Thank you. Are you ready to look? See if this is set up. Are you in an optimistic mood?
No.
No? She's certainly honest, though. All right, look what we have. We have a wonderful, wonderful pudding.
It's like tomato soup.
Tomato soup? I'm sorry?
Undone chocolate.
It looks like undone chocolate, she says. I get 1 vote for tomato soup, 1 vote for undone chocolate. I'm leaving, kids. I'll see you Tuesday. All right? You're on your own. It's a live show. Goodbye. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. All right. We'll let that sit, and we'll get back to it in a little bit. I want to get another dish started that for me is just fascinating. There's something called... Find a bottle of maple syrup over there, will you? Can you get that open? I never can, Ian. I bet you're tougher than... All right, all right. Now, okay, if someone would bring me a plate of snow, here's what happens. Let me show you what you do. I have a candy thermometer in this, and what? This is really hot, love. Watch it. There it is. I've cooked down the syrup until it registers about 275 on the candy thermometer so that it forms what we call a string. If I hold this long enough, watch now what'll happen. You see, it starts to string. See it? See the string fall off the end? Isn't that fascinating?
Like wax.
Yeah, it's interesting. Well, now this is what the kids used to do in the old days in the colonies. May I have a plate of snow? Run over and get me some snow, Ian. I'm sorry that I don't have enough snow outside for all of us to run out in the snow tonight, but I don't think that's going to be a difficult thing. Now, this is what they used to do. The kids would go out. I'm going to fix this up so you can hold on to this. Kids would go out in the snow, and you take a spoon, you cook this down, then take a spoon. You just trickle some in the snow. Here, let me move this up here for you. Okay, that's it. Trickle some. Just a little run one circle. Don't go all over the place yet. Won't be able to pick it up. Okay, let me demonstrate my great prowess at doing this. You see, bless you. There you are. Just put a little circle. You can do some little trickly pattern. You want to try 170? See what you can do with this. Something artistic now, pessimist. Pessimist artistic. No, something. All right. Now, those will cool for a bit. And in a very short time, you can pick them up from the snow. Absolutely wonderful thing. The only part I warn you that when this cools and it's time to chew one, you may lose your fillings because it sticks. Oh, does it stick. But this was candy that was common in Vermont, in the New England states, a long time ago, 1740, something like that in America. Wonderful. Wonderful. Taste that and tell me what you think. What's the matter, Ian? Are your teeth stuck? Isn't that delicious? Oh, Ian, go sit down. He can't even talk. Let's make another dish. Send in the next runner, for heaven's sakes. This is Jordan. Come on, Jordan. Have you ever had pound cake?
No.
Okay, here we go. Throw 2 sticks of butter in the machine, please. Don't throw the plate in. Yes, just use your fingers. That's all right. Put it right in there. And you and I need to get some sugar. Sugar. Here we are. That's it. That's it. Nothing wrong with cooking with your fingers, for heaven's sakes. That's all right. Okay. Thank you. You want to chuck that in the sink for me? Now, this is called a pound cake because it weighs a ton. Yeah, it's really the truth. 2 sticks of butter, and we want to add 1 1/3 cups. Where's the lever here? Here it is. 1 1/3 cups of sugar, and we're going to cream that together. And cream simply means you work it in a mixer until it's all smooth and lovely. How's it looking? Stick your head in there, Stephen. No, not all the way. Not all the way. Just tell me what you think. You got it? Okay, is that working yet? We'll speed it up here. There we go. Oh, if you have a neat mixer. Can you imagine what went on in the old days? Mom would stand there and whip this stuff. No wonder she wasn't working outside the home. Good Lord. She had to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning just to keep everyone going. All right, we want to add a little bit of mace. And mace is part of the outside of the nutmeg. So it has a similar flavor. It's very common in the colonies. A little bit of mace. I'm putting in about 1/4 of a teaspoon. In we go. Now we have to add eggs. 1 at a time. We're going to add 5 eggs to make a pound cake. You guys like to crack eggs, or do you trust yourselves? 1. You want to throw one in? Go ahead. 2, 3. Hey, you're pretty good. 2 more, kiddo. This is great. I keep thinking that I'll hire this gal, but I'm afraid she's going to criticize my cooking. Do me 1 more. There we go. And pretty soon we're going to smell the odor of Christmas Eve that goes by. This recipe came from Williamsburg in 1754. So it's an oldie. All right, now we're going to put in 2 cups of flour. And normally I would sift that in. But I'm not going to stand here and sift right this minute. I want to, that's looking good. That's looking good. This is a wonderful dish. You ready? Watch it there, fella. That's where you want to sift it in a little slow, you see. 2 cups of flour. Let me give you the whole recipe now. 2 sticks of butter. We creamed that, remember? And then we added 1 1/3 cups of sugar. A 1/4 teaspoon of mace. That's just a little bit of mace. And then we added 5 eggs, 1 at a time. And now we'll put this in very slowly. 2 cups of flour. And there's nothing in this, you see, to make it rise, is there? There's no yeast, baking powder? No? Pardon? The eggs will make it rise, the butter. And watch what happens. But it's supposed to be very heavy, you see. Tell me when you think that looks right, Jordan. What do you think? Me? What do you mean? Yes, you. What do you think? Is that it? That looks good to me. That looks good to me. Can you give me a rubber spatula, Jordan? Okay. And we'll need... See how smooth the batter is? Let me get that out of here for you so we can investigate that. Oh, we have to move the dentist's surprise here. There we are. We'll catch up with all of those things later on. And we need a baking dish, or baking pan, I should say. We'll grease the baking pan. Now, these are things that you can do for Christmas and all of your friends can help you with. I want you to be able to cook. But when you cook that candied peel, be sure and have Mom and Dad help, because you have to cook the syrup so that it's good and rich. That'll be about 235 degrees. That's very hot. You'd really burn yourself completely if you did that, if you spilled it on yourself. All right. Put the old batter into the pan. Now, look, it's going to really fill up the pan. This is going to be rather heavy. And in the old days, Martha Washington. You know Mrs. Washington? You know her? You do?
No.
Great. No? Well, come on, make up your mind,
I've
Stephanie.
heard of her, but I haven't ever met her.
I see. You've heard of her, but you haven't met. You've met her? Jordan, you would. I won't even ask. Never mind. I bet you have a teacher named Martha Washington, huh?
Close.
Close. Okay. Now, this goes into a 350-degree oven, 325, a slow oven, for about an hour. Do you want to put it down the bottom oven for me, darling? And we'll take the other one out. Get a pot holder for you. Whoops, wrong oven. Let's try this one. Who took the cake? Ah, we found it. Okay, slip that one in alongside. That's fine. And here you go. Take this one out. What do you think, Jordan?
Okay.
Got it? Let me help here. That's fine. That's fine. All right, good. Got it? It's not terribly hot. I think it's cooled properly. Look at this. What do you think, friend? And this neck is craning like mad. I love it. This goes in the sink. Okay? Thank you. Now, there it is. There it is. Boy, that was simple, wasn't it? Now, I want you to hold up your muscle, please. Hold up your arm. Give me your muscle. Let's see it. All right. I'll trust you. Pick that up and tell me how much you think it weighs. No, not the whole board. Just the cake, friend. What do you think? Don't drop that. You'll bust the building. All right? Down it goes. That's fine. That weighs 2 pounds. Exactly. And that's one of the reasons I call it a pound cake. Isn't that fun?
I called it a pound cake because it made people put on pounds.
Well, you know, I think this is your last scene. You're getting more laughs than I am, and kiddo, it's all over. It's all over. It's all over. Do you know what I should have done before I sliced that? Isn't that gorgeous? Look how heavy and rich that is. You really need a cup of tea with this, or you'll go under. I should have put some powdered sugar on the top of this. You can buy those fancy little sifters, but I don't like them.
Mush it together. Just put it back together.
Just mush it together? Go on, mush it.
Me?
Yes, please. Tell me what you're talking about here. Just mush it together. See? All right. There we go. What do you think? Does that look all right? Now, do you want to straighten it? Do you want to unmush it? Thank you. Boy, the technical terms in television, I tell you. You have to learn these things. That's gorgeous. That's gorgeous. All right. I've got to tell you that the thing that got me going on this kick on American cooking is a kitchen that is still in operation in Colonial Williamsburg. This kitchen was in operation prior to the American Revolution, And the insulting thing is that it belonged to the English governor here when Williamsburg was the